study, 75% of people surveyed admitted that they regularly lie to a significant other.
Let me tell y'all something. I am a horrible liar. I am bad, and you know when I'm lying, okay?
Oh, yeah, she's really bad. You're like, look all over here. You're fidgety. But see, I think when you talk about lying to a significant other or a partner, most of those lies, I think, are probably things you're not saying.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or you're like letting slide. That's my feeling about it.
Well, and it's my question is withholding a lie?
Oh, absolutely, but I'm all for it.
Really?
Oh, my goodness, yes. I don't know how...
I think a lot of people don't think they're lying if they're withholding some information.
Then they're lying to themselves and their partner.
Oh, well...
It's a double lie.
So we have this question. Should you always be honest with your partner? No.
We don't think so.
We don't think so. And are there things they don't need to know to have you know the truth about them?
Yeah,
okay?
yeah. There are things they don't need to know.
No, there's things.
There's things I don't need to know.
There's things.
Feel free to not tell me things.
Right.
That you think might upset me. I can live in ignorance.
Right.
Well, we brought in our resident relationship expert, Dr. Venus Nicolino, a.k.a. Dr. V, to help us settle this issue.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here.
And they're great questions.
Yes. So when is it acceptable to lie to your partner?
I wish I could say never. But the bottom line is that humans lie on average once every 10 minutes.
Every 10 minutes?
How long is this segment?
I know.
How long is this segment?
I'm on schedule. I'm on schedule for sure.
we got to catch some lines to catch up on.
No, I'm ahead for tomorrow, actually.
So it's why. Why do humans lie once every 10 minutes?
Why?
Because it is a evolutionary coping mechanism.
Coping.
Exactly.
Cope.
So what you had said, Angela, what you had said about lies and protecting social bonds, it's why we clap at the third grader, squeaking out Mary had a little lamb on his violin.
That's all
It's why we thank Grandma for the fugly sweater every Thursday.
Thank you.
It protects social bonds.
It's what keeps our families functioning. Can you imagine Thanksgiving in this country without lies?
Yes. Here's the thing about lying is that we talk about morals and ethics. When is it okay to lie?
Yeah. Yes.
Your body already knows that. So, for example, they did research where when someone lied for themselves, for themselves to get out of trouble, the amygdala lit up and they were afraid. Yeah. But when they had to lie for someone else, for an innocent, to protect someone, they were courageous. So we are built to know when not to lie. So when you're feeling afraid is when you're lying and when you probably should tell the truth.
Yeah, you're lying for you.
For you.
Exactly.
Right. And maybe that's the hard part, I think.
Yeah, for self-protection. So is withholding lying?
That is a great question because it's a very specific kind of lie.
Yeah, it's a kind of lie.
I call it a necessary lie.
And it would depend on what would be withholding. What would you be withholding?
Right. Say, you know, like a very simple one is like, honey, do I look good in this dress?
Yes. Withholding is always great in those circumstances.
That is a
say yes.
Dr. V says it's okay.
Yes.
But think about it. You're not really asking if you look good in the dress. You're looking for validation and confirmation. If I said, honey, do I look old? And he said yes, he'd be a dead man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and you would be justified if I was on that jury.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'd be like, oh, she's getting off.
No, innocent.
Innocent. Yes.
So it depends on what you need to be smart enough to know what someone's looking for.
What about telling, let's say, I have a friend who we dated years ago, like 15 years ago. Do you have to tell every person you date after that?
Oh my God.
15 years later, when now he can just introduce me as a friend, is it lying if he doesn't tell his,
Absolutely not.
Absolutely
not. I mean, it's your information, right? You have a right to your information. And I think, just as we discussed marriage before, the concept of togetherness and love needs to be reevaluated. There are some things that you are allowed to remain an autonomous individual. You know if you're lying or not. You know if you're doing something wrong. I mean, come on.
Right, and that's an intent have a lot to do with it, right? Because if I'm not trying to put one over on somebody somebody or do something wrong, and I'm withholding, then, you know, it's not as, I'm going to say, it's still a lie, but maybe you're withholding or you're not trying to hurt somebody or what have you. So I think it makes it a little bit better.
Well, absolutely. I mean, I like to think of it two ways. There's benevolent BS, right? It's benevolent, and then there's basic BS, where you're just being basic. And, you know, you're just you're lying to protect yourself and
make your life easier.
Make your life whatever. But benevolent BS is necessary.
Oh my gosh,
you know? Well, we asked people on the street, do you think it's ever okay to lie to your partner? Take a look.
The company wanted me to go to Chicago to do an audit, and the problem is it was going to be a 10-day process, and it wasn't going to be a lot of money, and so my wife was all upset, and I kind of lied to her about how much money I was going to make.
I lie mostly about the people I'm talking to and about like relationships I have with other people, but yeah, it's nothing serious.
Like what?
Like me hanging out with like other guys, even if it's not a date or something, but I know he can be like nervous about it, so I'm like, just not telling him.
Is that kind of lie okay?
They are honest people.
Yeah.
Where was this? What city was this in?
It was right outside of a mental home. No. What do you think is something you should never lie about?
Something you should never lie about. I mean, I think that's very, it speaks to the individual. What is meaningful.
I agree with that. I think, and actually it's from Salman Rushdie's book, The Satanic Verses. He talks about how in every relationship there's an unforgivable thing. But that's different for every relationship. So in one relationship, maybe the like I have a friend who knows my family very well, and I have members of my family who are kind of well known in the community. And so an unforgivable thing in that relationship would have been for him to talk to a reporter. You know, about that. But I didn't have a problem with him, you know, dating other people. You know what I mean? Like
so what I'm hearing you say, which is really brilliant, is that you should never lie about someone else's non-negotiable. Okay, because we all have it. Like, what is your non-negotiable in that relationship? We all have that one thing. So if you're lying about that one thing,
that's you can't. That's where you feel betrayed.
That's a no-go place.
No-go. Write it down.
That's no-go place. That's the no-go.
That's a no-go. You know, we need things in simple terms, Dr. B, so we can write them down. Thank you so much, Dr. B, for coming in.
Thank you so much.
Me Time with Frangela.